Hey guys, and welcome to another Halloween video. We're starting this video out how we start most of ours, pale. Super pale, actually. I did pick up the lightest foundation in my arsenal, and we are also going to be filling in our brows off camera because nobody needs to see that. Starting with our eye makeup, we're going to be picking up a black pencil and filling in our waterline. Next, we're going to be picking up the black Morphe eye primer as well as a flat packing brush, and we are going to be packing that all over the lid and also dragging it down into our lower lash line. We're going to grab a big old fluffy brush and start to taper out the edges of that cream product, and then follow up with an eyeshadow to really buff that color out. We kind of want this to look like, well, this is a galactic clown, so I guess the best thing would be a black hole. We want two black holes on our face where our eyes should be. After your eyes are sufficiently smoky, it is time to add a few pops of color. I love with my whole heart this neon pink from Milk Cosmetics, so you know I had to use that. I'm picking up another fluffy brush and I am going to pack this shade halfway onto that black that's been tapered out and then half onto clean skin. That way the pink really pops but also melts into everything else that you have going on your eyeballs. In addition to using the pink, we are also going to be using a periwinkle shade as well as a baby blue from the Norvina Volume 2 palette. You will notice that I'm just kind of packing these shades on and not worried so much about the blend or how they kind of melt into each other, and that's simply because I knew we would be decorating it later, and the most important thing was just to get the pigment there and nice and vibrant. Giving our eyes a break for a second, we went ahead and added our lipstick. And for this, we used a very deep, dark purple, almost black shade. And I think that completes all of the traditional beauty elements, minus lashes and mascara, which we do add later. As this is a galactic clown, we needed to add some kind of clown makeup details. I love the iconic smirky smile from Pennywise, and so we are going to be and so we are going to be borrowing that shape for today's look. First, I picked up that black Morphe base and a little paintbrush, and I kind of sketched out above and below my eyes little tick marks, as well as creating little ticks outside of the corner of my mouth. That way I can make sure that everything was lined up to be as symmetrical as possible, because you guys, symmetry is hard, okay? Symmetry is just hard. After we get our crooked little smile perfectly plotted out, it is time to smoke out that line as well. So in the same way that we did our eyes, we're just picking up a little bit of a smudge brush, and we're just gonna go and smoke out that black line. And we're also going to be following this up with that same neon pink so that we get that really pretty cohesive kind of fade. So I wanted to add a little bit of drama to the black holes that are currently our eyeballs, and I did find this really pretty blue and gold kind of shift kind of shimmer color in the Norvina Volume 2 palette, and so I used my finger to pack that on across the lid, and I will say it kind of looks like stardust. Does it not? It does. You can't tell me it doesn't, because it does. And then we're pulling out our handy dandy Morphe white liquid liner, and we get to do my favorite part, dots. If you've been on my channel or on my Instagram, or if you've ever worked with me and I've worn makeup to work, you know how much I love dots. I think that they add such a rich, fun texture to almost any look or body paint, and this one is no exception. But instead of calling these dots today, we're going to call them stars. So we have little stars that are super far away, too far away for you to see their little points, as well as some stars made by tick marks with that same white liquid liner to make some actual pointed stars. Halfway through doing my stars, I did realize that I'd neglected to give my clown a clown nose, would not fly in any circus. And so we picked up that black Morphe base and filled it in, smoked that out once again with the pink, and we will return later to decorate it. To add more texture to this look and a little bit more colorful dimension, I also used a liquid pink, purple, and yellow cake liner and added all of those fun, colorful dots to our little galactic look. Lastly, to like really emphasize the Pennywise shape, we are going to be using the white from the Norvina cake liners and a flat paintbrush, and we are going to be, I guess the best way to describe it is slitting our Pennywise shape right down the middle with that white. The goal is for the sharp contrast between white, black, and then having that feathered out to pink to create like a really like multi-dimensional kind of like vibe. And we also use this white paint to give our nose a little like. After this, we just need to add mascara and lashes, and our face is done for right now. The color I decided to add last minute. I started with the white paint and plotted out the general shape, and then I decided to use purples because I felt like that was more cohesive than, say, your traditional like taupes or browns or other like shadow shade colors. And so I used purple to fill in the details around the edges, as well as to kind of mimic the rise and fall of fabric here onto the ruffles themselves. Ruffles are a rise and fall of fabric. Those falls or recessions are what we are going to be shading with purple. We're going to blend it out a little bit with our finger, and sometimes I used a tick mark to kind of like resemble that it is a shadow. I didn't want these to be super realistic. I kind of want it to be a little bit more whimsical and just kind of like allude to the fact that these are in fact ruffles. I did feel like overall they were a little bit too pristine though, and so I did go in with a black as well as a brown eyeshadow, and I kind of roughed them up a little bit. I roughed up my ruffles. I also added some pink dots to add a little bit more whimsy to the look, and that is going to be it. They're not my best ruffles, but they'll do. Alright you guys, and that is going to be it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and that you're enjoying all of the Halloween content that I have this year. Don't forget to subscribe. We are trying to do the 31 days of Halloween, so if you want to be notified every time I post a new video, which should be every day, then go ahead and hit that button. I love you guys so much. I hope you're having a very fun, safe, but somewhat spooky day, and I will see you in the next one.
Which is tomorrow.
Bye.